Welcome back, game changers. We're building $1 million business. Welcome back. Let's get all the channels. What if I told you? What if I told you you can build $1 million business and you can do it in 12 months? Would you believe me? Let's get Insta Live on here. Let's see if we can get Insta Live. Are we there? I think we're there. Boom, we're back in that thing. We're back. We're better than ever. Happy Monday. What is today? March the 30th, man. Can y'all believe this? Man, it's about to be April already. This year's been rolling by. It's been crazy. It's been rolling by. Listen, family, what if I told you you can build $1 million business and you can do it in 12 months? Would you believe me? If I told you it's possible? That's exactly what we're doing. Every single episode is designed to give you some insight, framework, some automations, a setup, some understanding so you too can build your $1 million business. I've been doing this in public. We kicked this thing off January the 11th, 2026. Here it is, March 30th, 2026. This is episode 56, week 12 of a 52-week build. Thank you for rocking with your boy. I appreciate you guys. Listen, the love has been absolutely crazy. The comments, the DMs, the conversations after the fact has been absolutely amazing. So I appreciate y'all rocking with my boy, rocking with your boy. Remember, we have two goals, right? We want to keep it simple. The first goal is absolutely build $1 million in revenue in 2026. So that's the first goal. The second goal is to build a 50-member ecosystem inside my newsletter. And I always remind you why we're doing this, right? You need to understand this. Once you own your audience, this is going to be your path to get into your $1 million playbook, right? Once you own your audience, you're no longer relying on the algorithms to push out your message. And this is where a lot of people get trapped. They're trying to build something, but they don't own their audience. They're hopeful that someone sees their content. They're hopeful that someone sees their posts. They're hopeful that someone sees their business. The best way for people to see your business is to create your own ecosystem. And once you do that, as you pivot, as you rock, no matter what you do, people begin to see you because you built your own ecosystem, right? So for me, we're doing that through a newsletter. But if you're a business owner, maybe you got a website, you want to collect people's leads. Maybe you got a newsletter as well. You want to collect people's information. Whatever that is, you want to start there. And this is going to be your foundation for building upwards as well as outward and allow you to expand to get to your $1 million playbook. Listen, folks, if this is your first time joining, thank you for joining. What are we doing? We're building $1 million playbook. We're doing it in public. As always, I'm your host. I'm Patrick Hart, known as that healthcare guy across social channels. And so an Army veteran, 6 years in the military, 2 tours overseas, one during 9/11, pivoted after I got out of the military. I later found healthcare, spent over 15 years in healthcare, rose through the ranks, became a healthcare technology executive, was part of an executive team that spearheaded and sold a technology company back in 2018 for $750 million. That experience alone was impactful, it was life-changing. But I realized, man, there were so many dope people that wasn't in the room with me. And I'm like, damn, why are all these smart people not in the room? Like, why can't these same people make the bread that I was making during that time, right? And that made me step back and reflect that, you know what? I see you, Q Cash. Thanks for joining. Appreciate you. And Brian, I see you, family. Basketball 12. I see you, Arnold. Charmarie, I see you. Dr. Boat, I see you on there as well on Instagram. And Kenan on Instagram, LinkedIn, I see you as well. So listen, the whole family's here. The comment box is open. The chat box is open. I thank everybody for joining. What are we doing? We're building $1 million business and we're doing it in 12 months, right? And so Army veteran, 6 years in the military, 2 tours overseas, former technology executive, was part of a technology team that sold a $750 million technology company back in 2018. In 2023, I became a full-time entrepreneur. In 2026, I decided, you know what? Let's not talk about it. Let's be about it. Let's show people how to build $1 million business and do it in public. How many times have you watched your favorite creator, your favorite influencer, your favorite actor, actresses, or whatever, whomever it is that they built some influence, they built a little bit of income? I see you, Charnel. Thanks for joining. They built a little bit of income, and you always wonder, man, how did they get that money? How did they build up, the playbook? How did they build up their visibility? That's exactly what I'm doing here, right? I'm giving you the frameworks, the automations, the playbooks. I'm even introducing you to the people that's helping me build my brand so you can build your brand as well. If you haven't joined the newsletter, this is where you're going to get some of that deep knowledge and more insight. Join the newsletter. It's free to join, but you're going to get a lot more of those frameworks, downloadable templates, and maybe even some one-on-one time once we get to that area in this particular build. So again, I'm Patrick Hart. This is episode 56. week 12 of a 52-week build. We're building $1 million business. And today, episode 56 is about focus. Focus is the multiplier. Is it or is it not? We're going to get into it every single time. I'm going to give you some insight. I'm going to give you some frameworks. I'm going to give you the knowledge that maybe you didn't know. Every single episode is designed to make you 1% better so you too can build your $1 million framework. Let's see. Let me see. I think I got my chat boxes are open. Everybody's coming in here. So let's get into this thing. Oh, I got links. I got QR codes. I got floating banners. Listen, family, y'all know how to find me. Okay, I think we're good here. So episode 56. Go, yes, pin it, go. Yes, it's pinned. TikTok is telling me to do all kind of stuff, TikTok. So episode 56, focus is the multiplier. Listen, folks, you're not overwhelmed. That's not the thing, okay? Because I hear people all the time, man, oh, well, I can't do this and I can't do that because I'm overwhelmed. Remember, we're building $1 million business. You're not overwhelmed, family. Stop telling yourself that. The thing that you're right now, you're distracted. That's real talk. And I'm going to keep it real with you every single time. What do you mean, Pat? Talk to me. That's the truth that a lot of people avoid. You're just distracted, family. It's not that you have too much to do. It's that you're trying to do too many things that don't matter with where you're going to get to your $1 million bag. Let that sit for a second while I take a sip of this water right here. Many times y'all just doing too many things. You're doing too many. I see you, Mel Moore. Thanks for joining. You're doing too many things and then you want your $1 million bag. We need focus here if we're going to get to our $1 million playbook, right? This is where people lose momentum right here. It's not from lack of effort. It's from lack of focus, family. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to share all the insights with you in this particular episode so you too can have the frameworks that I'm using to stay focused. I see the Men's Clarity Club, Clarity Lab. Thanks for joining, right? So you start your day with a plan. Most people do, right? Then one notification comes in. Maybe it's a text message from your aunt, uncle, cousin, brother, mother, whomever it may be. And then the notification hits, right? And then all of a sudden you get a new idea. It pops up in your head, right? And then a new opportunity slides in your inbox. Somebody DM'd you something, right? And now what happens, your attention begins to be split. You got your mom texting you, you got your brother calling you, you got a new idea popping up, you got somebody DMing you, maybe there's an opportunity sitting on the table. And so right now, you came into the day super focused about building your $1 million bag, and then your attention gets split. And you're like, man, why can't I build this wealth system that I'm trying to build? It's because your attention is split, right? Your results become diluted in that situation, family. So here's the message that I'm going to give you. I see you, AK. Thanks for joining. Here's the message. Focus is not about doing more, family. That's not what it's about. It's about doing less, but doing that less with super intention, being super intentional about what you're doing in that less moment, right? And if you don't learn how to protect yourself, you'll stay busy forever, right? And you'll never actually move forward with anything. So here's a promise that I'm going to give you in this particular episode. In this episode, we're going to get into one of the biggest reasons people never see results, even when they're putting in the work. Because a lot of people think, man, I'm giving 50 hours, I'm giving 60 hours, I'm giving 80 hours, I'm giving 100 hours, I'm giving all my time. And you think work equals success. You think work means money. Family, come on, we're building $1 million business. And if you're going to be a CEO of your life, you have to start thinking and acting like a CEO. So that's what this build is about. This whole series is about how do we change who we are to get to that $1 million playbook, to get to that $1 million bag. And in the process, we become stronger. We strengthen our foundation. We begin to understand ourselves more. But now we start following the same playbook. We've seen all these other people that we follow, these creators, these influencers, these people that are already making their $1 million bag. While you're sitting there watching them and you're supporting them making their $1 million bag, you're stuck. And there's no momentum. So we're breaking down that with every single episode. So in this episode, we're going to get into the biggest reasons people, they don't see results, even when they're putting in the work, family. And it boils down, you know what it boils down to? You know what I'm going to say? Focus, family. That's what it boils down. That's what the topic is about. It's about focus. And I'm not talking about like surface level advice here, right? Y'all know I'm never about just giving you, oh, top of the surface, let's do this and run that. No, real talk. You're like, I'm building this thing out in public. I'm not even talking about eliminating distractions in your life and then calling it a day. It's not about that, because that really doesn't, it sounds great, but how hard is it to eliminate distractions? What I'm talking about here is how to stay locked in, Even when opportunities are showing up, people are knocking at your door, your phone is ringing, your text messages are blowing up, your DMs are starting to pop, right? Ideas starting to pop in your head. Like you get those ideas on the fly. You ever been like that? You're in mid sentence, you're doing something, maybe you're on the phone with somebody, maybe it's a brother or whatnot, and then all of a sudden you get an idea. What do? You pause, you let that idea like it affect you, and now you need to go find a notepad, you need to write it down, or you're starting to think about that idea, and then what happens, you're not thinking about that goal or whatever you was focused on before the idea even popped in your head. And everything in this particular moment, when you're a small business owner, when you're an entrepreneur, when you're mid-level professional, and we're getting to the bag, everything feels important in this particular moment, right? But this is where patience gets tested in a very, very different way. And I'm not talking about just waiting. We're just waiting for results. And it's about choosing where we want to give our time and energy to, right? And so by the end of this one right here, you're going to understand why most people stay busy, but they don't make progress. That's one. How distractions, they quietly kill your momentum. And then three, the standards that I'm using to stay focused when it actually matters. Let me pause really quick because I see more and more people coming in. Hey, thanks Instagram family for joining. Thanks LinkedIn family for joining. I see you TikTok family. I appreciate you guys rocking with me. I got Jelly Bean, JKSK. I see Cosmo, Precision Kills, Anita J, Mellow Yellow, Bishop 56, Katie Baby, Key Baby. Everybody's in there. So you guys you're popping in here. I got my YouTube family in here as well. Thank you, family. I see Gifts of Emotions, Tilly Bean, Tilly Beamy, whatever. I see you in there, family. Thanks for joining. What are we doing? We're building $1 million business. And every single episode is designed to strengthen your understanding, your frameworks, your systems, your architecture, so you too can develop your $1 million playbook as well. I got links, I got QR codes, I got floating banners. Whatever, that's easy to contact me. But more importantly, we got two goals for this year: $1 million in revenue in 12 months. We're already 3 months into this thing. And then the second goal is a 50,000 member ecosystem within the newsletter. So if you haven't signed up for the newsletter, this is a great opportunity to do that. And let's get into it. So here's what I had to realize. Y'all know I always have to realize something. Pat, what are we realizing? Focus is a decision, family. I see you, Tilly. Thank you. Focus is a decision that you have to keep making over and over and over and over and over again. It's not something that you do once. A lot of people think, I only need to be focused for one time. No, you need to always be locked in on your vision for yourself so you can execute that playbook so we can get to our $1 million bag. And there's a problem that you need to see, all right? What is it? Distraction doesn't always look like scrolling on your phone. A lot of people think, man, well, I'm not scrolling on my phone today. I'm not spending a whole lot of hours on my phone, so I'm not distracted. And listen, that's not always the case. Sometimes it looks like you're being productive, family. Real talk. You ever been like that? A new idea pops in your head. It's distracting. Yeah, maybe it's just me, right? New projects come in, right? Guess what? It's distracting. A new direction. You know what? You think about, taking your business a new direction. Sounds exciting, but it's also a distraction, right? So I'm not even scrolling on my phone, but that new idea popped in. It distracted me. That new project slid across my desk. It distracted me. A new direction that I'm thinking about, a new strategy, a new collaboration, all that pops in. It's distraction, family. And that's the dangerous part when you're building your $1 million playbook. We're talking about extreme focus on what you need to be focused on so we can get to that $1 million bag. Let me pause here real quick. I see Jana B, what you said? Focus, doing less, lends hard, because the biggest distraction is hiring is not the calendar. It's the gap between decisions and communications. Hiring managers spending hours in meetings deciding who to hire, then spending zero time on the one conversation that actually matters the most, the phone calls that tells the candidates what happened. Multi-million-dollar businesses losing top talent, not from lack of effort, from lack of focus, communication, and final moment, sometimes doing less, but doing it. Absolutely. Look, Jana B, I'm done. Mic drop, I'm done. Jana B just wrapped up everything that we're talking about here, right? Family, we're building $1 million business. And a lot of people think they can't build their $1 million businesses because they're not focused enough on what they're trying to build. They allow the new ideas to take them off course. They allow the text message to affect their growth of their idea thinking. They allow somebody to DM to stop them. Man, I get people to hit me up all the time. Pat, can you do this? Pat, can you do this? You mind to set up a call for this? Do I respond and answer? I don't, because right now I'm building something and I don't have time for that. When I do have time for that, I will reach back out to those people, right? So sometimes it's about choosing where you want to give your energy and focus to if you're going to get to your $1 million bag, right? So that's the dangerous part. It's not like you feel like you're not moving, but you're building anything long enough to see it. And this is why I see a lot of people struggle. They want to build their $1 million playbook, but you never give that one thing enough time so it can actually compound. And so you can get to your $1 million bag. You're chasing the next shiny tool. You're chasing the next conversation. You're chasing the next collaboration. But how did you start out your business? How did you start out trying to build your career? That's where we need to lean into right here, family. It's not about losing focus. It's about having more focus. Because every time you shift your focus, every single time, guess what you do? You reset your progress. Real talk. Every single time you shift your focus, you reset your progress. And then 30 days from now, 60 days from now, 90 days from now, you're talking to your best friend, you're talking to your mom, you're talking to a family member, you're talking to somebody and they ask you, well, about your business. Well, how's your business going? And you give some bullshit as, it's coming along. It's growing. Really? Is it? Is it though? Is it though? Your business is probably not growing because you've lost focus on that thing that we need to be focused on. And so you go from having this great momentum to all of a sudden zero momentum whatsoever. Let me pause because I see all these people coming in. Aaron, I see you, family. I see Monica, Justin, Pictorial, EMCK, Matthew, Lamar. The whole family's in here, right? We see all those people here, and I got an Instagram family, I got my YouTube family. So everybody's in one place, and we're growing this thing. We're building a $1 million business, right? So every time you restart, you have to rebuild clarity. You have to rebuild the rhythm, rebuild your confidence. And that's why people stay stuck. They're wondering why why haven't I got to that next level of my career? Why haven't I been promoted? Why haven't my business grown? Why am I not getting visibility? Why haven't I not doing this, that, or the other, right? It's because you keep restarting on one thing and you haven't seen through the one thing that you need to see through. Now you got to rebuild your clarity. Now I got to rebuild my rhythm. Now I got to rebuild my confidence. Every time you restart and do something new, you do a new pivot, a new conversation, whatever, your confidence needs to be strengthened in that one direction in order for you to get to your $1 million bag. So a lot of times people say, well, I can't do this because I'm not a focused individual. I mean, or I don't have enough time. I would challenge you and say, you probably have the right time. You're just giving your time to the wrong people or to the wrong thing. And that's why people stay stuck. Not because they're not working. I've seen this time and time again. I know people put in 40, 60, 50, 80, 90 hours, sometimes even 100 hours a week they're putting in, and they're still stuck because they're constantly restarting. You're thinking, man, hours equates to dollars and cents. Hours equates to opportunities. Hours equates to promotion. That's not the case, family. Remember, we're thinking like a CEO if we're going to get to our $1 million bag. If you're still thinking like an individual contributor, you're not going to get to that $1 million bag. And I'm not trying to call anybody out. I'm just trying to share you what's important. Your importance is we're thinking like a CEO so we can get to our $1 million bag. So I had to check myself. While the same time I'm telling you about this stuff, I'm building this stuff on the back end. So I have these lives every single day, Monday through Friday, 30-minute segments, right? Every single day, Monday through Friday. So invite other like-minded individuals to join me. I have these lives, and then I go behind the scenes and I start working on my business. Like I'm building a $1 million business and I'm doing it public. And so there's a couple of key, real big things that I'm working on right now that I'm excited to share with you, but I can't yet because they haven't came to fruition. Like one is the landing page. I mentioned this maybe a few weeks ago. We're working on the landing page. I'm working on it behind the scenes. I can't wait to share that with you. It's not ready. Two is I'm actually building out a course that I'm going to share with you guys that you can partake in. That's not ready yet, but I'm excited to share that with you. I'm also building a video sales letter. And really what this is, the video sales letter is designed to move people, right, through a funnel where you get them invested into your business. And now they decide to buy more and more things from you, right? So it's a video sales letter. I'm working on that. I got a nice website, or landing page that I say I'm working on as well. So there's a lot of things that I'm working on behind the scenes. And in the process, I'm learning more and more about myself. And that, I think that's the $1 million bill right there. Is like, what do you learn about yourself? How can you move forward after you learn what you needed to learn? And how does that help you get to your $1 million playbook? So I had to check myself, right? I had to get honest about what was actually pulling my attention. And I'm going to share it with you. It wasn't random, family. It wasn't random. And maybe you too can see yourself in the same thing. Like it showed up for me as opportunities that didn't align with where I was going. You ever had an opportunity, but it doesn't align with where you're going? Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. I guess you want an example. Sometimes I get these brand deals. They slide in my DMs and say, "Oh, blah blah blah. You meet the age criteria, the parameter, blah blah. We would love to partner with you on a particular brand deal." Yeah, cool. Yeah, there's a little bit of money there. Yeah, but it's time consuming. And then if you've never done a brand deal before, they normally want two, three, four, five different videos from you in different ways, on the same topic. So it takes time to generate a brand video. And a lot of people don't realize this, right? Do I make some money doing it? Yeah, but is that the bag that I'm trying to get to? No, that's supplemental income. I'm not ready. I don't feel like right now that's the supplemental income that I need. I need more clarity and focus on what I'm building, right? So I say no to things like that, right? So opportunities, that's one of my examples. An idea that sounded good, but it wasn't necessarily what I needed right there. You ever been midstream, you're doing something, an idea pops into your head, right? I see you, Nava Jackson, 788. An idea pops in your head, and then you think it's a dope idea, but it's taken away from your focus from what you was building, or a conversation. People want to have a conversation with you, and then that conversation didn't move anywhere. Like it was just a waste of your time. All of it in the moment, it felt valid. And so you gave it time, you gave it energy, you gave it attention, but it also took away your focus. That's what made it hard. Like that's what I had. Those are the things that I had to ignore for myself. People sliding into my DMs, brand partners wanting to partner with me. If it's financially, if it makes sense, yeah, we'll probably explore it. But to do a brand deal, it takes multiple videos, multiple different angles, multiple different scripts. Y'all need to realize that. If you never did a brand deal before, I need to share that with you really quick. I see Rob Dunn, YouTube. Thanks for joining, family. All of it felt valid in the moment, right? And that's what I had to ignore. But here's what I realized. Just because something sounds like a good opportunity, it doesn't mean it's the right one for you, family. That distinction alone, it changed everything for me. Focus requires you to say no, even when it looks like you should be saying yes. That discipline, that's a different level. And that's what a lot of people miss when they're building out their $1 million business. So if you're here and you're like, man, what the hell are we talking about? We're talking about everything that you need to build your $1 million playbook. And oftentimes what we need to build up ourselves, work on ourselves, understand who we are, remove distractions so we can get to that $1 million bag, right? And it takes a different level of discipline. And most people are not prepared for that. You say you want it, but you're not prepared for that. So now you're not just managing your time, you're managing your direction, family. Real talk. So let me show you the shift that I had to make. And I'm going to land this plane. I think I got 6 minutes over here. I'm going to land this plane right here. I had to create a filter. What the hell are you talking about? I had to create a filter. Real talk. Not like an Instagram filter or, a CapCut, or not a filter like that. Like something simple that I can use in real time. So I started asking myself, I see you, Kenny. Thanks for joining. Three simple questions. I'm going to share this with you. Number one, does this move me closer to the goal that I've already committed to? These are the three simple things that this is my filter that I'm sharing with you that keeps me focused on the $1 million bag, right? So number one, does this move me closer to the goal that I'm already committed to? I'm not sure what your goal is, but my goal is I'm building a $1 million playbook, and I'm doing it in public. So not the new goal that somebody else wants me to focus on, or the idea that popped in my head, not the better idea. That's not what I'm focused on, right? The one that I've already said that I've agreed that I'm building. Boom. That's number one. Does this move me closer to my goal? And if the answer is no, then why are we doing it? Number two, does this require me to split my attention? Think about this, family. If it pulls me away from what's already working, the simple answer is no. I don't have time for it. It doesn't make sense for me. Thank you for the opportunity. Or, Pat, you come up with some great ideas, but that's not the idea we need to be focused on right now, right? So even if the opportunity, it feels good, it looks good, we're not doing it. Let that sink in. Some of you right now shaking your head. You're like, no, but it's a great opportunity. I'm going to miss an opportunity. Family, really? Here's my third one. Can it wait? That's my third thing. Can it wait? Everything feels urgent when you're building something, right? When you're building your $1 million playbook, when you're trying to get that bag, when you're trying to get that corner office, when you're trying to get that promotion, when you're trying to outwork somebody else, everything feels good in the moment. But most things are not, like, they're not that urgent. But we, in our head, we create this urgency, this value system, and it outpaces what our original focus was, which was to get to the bag, get to that corner office, get to that promotion, build out our $1 million playbook, whatever it was for you. So if it's still valuable, it's going to be valuable later. Do you realize that? Like, I'm stepping on somebody's toes right now, and I don't mean to be stepping on toes. I'm just sharing you what I've learned, right? These are my filters. It doesn't need to happen now. And that filter, it protects my focus. Now I'm not reacting to everything that comes across my phone, everything that comes across my screen, the DMs that come in, the opportunities that comes across my email, the people that want to partner with me, because I'm choosing what deserves my attention. You too, you can do the same thing. So I'm about to land this thing and get out of here. All right. Payoff. Here's what this week is, I wouldn't say just this week, but this whole build is teaching me. Let me pause here real quick because I see more and more people coming in. I see Eugenia, Al Robinson, one. I see you, Kenny. Miss, I see you. Serge Petty, DJ Vibe, Lay, I see you. Zaria, all the families here. Aaron still up in here. I got all my Instagram family in here. We got Divvy, Charmichael, the one Donkey Fly, Donkey KY. I got the whole family in here. Doctor, Boat Nick, everybody's in here. Jana Bees, we got Keenan, he's in here as well. So we got the whole family. And remember, the chat box is open. What are we doing? We're building a $1 million business. We got 2 goals, $1 million in revenue, and 2 is 50,000 member ecosystem. If you haven't signed up for the newsletter, this is a great opportunity to do that. The frameworks, the insights, the downloadable templates, they're all included in there. So you can download. And then as I drop new stuff that's coming about that I'm working on behind the scenes, you're going to be the first one to have insight to some of these tools that you too can implement in your business or personally in your life so you can get to your $1 million bag as well. So here's what this whole build is teaching me, right? Decisions, they create directions, right? We understand that much. Execution, it creates results. Consistency is what builds momentum, right? We understand that. But patience, when you have patience, it allows everything to begin to compound. All the work that you've been doing, all the time that you've been putting in, all the tools, the strategies, the things you've been focused on. Once you have patience to allow that work to breathe, to gain exposure, things begin to compound. And then that's where the focus comes in. That's what multiplies everything. I see you, Dwayne. Focus multiplies everything. So this is where your business starts to accelerate, not from doing more. I'm talking about from doing what actually matters repeatedly, over and over and over and over and over again. Family, that's your edge right there. That's truly your edge. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you, Jana B. Look, Jana B said, excellent presentation, Patrick. I love it. Man, come on, Jana B. You my new favorite person now. You know how to put a smile on my face. I appreciate you. Thanks for tapping in. Listen, this has been episode 56. And in episode 57, where are we going to go with this? We're probably getting into sacrifice because a lot of people don't understand this. When you're building out yourself, whether it's your career, whether it's your business, whether it's your frameworks, man, it takes sacrifice. And a lot of people, this is the part where a lot of people, man, you're going to get out of the game before you got into the game. Something is in your life is going to need to be sacrificed in order to get to your $1 million bag. And sometimes it's about saying no to some of the people and some of the things that influence you in your life. We have to be locked in. We have to be dialed in because we're getting to $1 million playbook. Listen, if you guys don't follow me, y'all should follow me right now. Like, real talk. Just hit that like button, subscribe, follow your boy. I sound like a creator right now. Like and subscribe, follow your boy. Like, oh, this is my first time saying it. That sounds great. Just go ahead and like and subscribe, family. Follow your boy every single day, Monday through Friday, noon Central Standard Time. We're building a $1 million business. If you want to watch the other 56 episodes, there's a playlist on my YouTube called Building a $1 Million Business. You can tap into that. They're free right now. And I say they're free right now because eventually I'll probably pull them down, or the social media sites, they may take them down because they're always trying to compress content. And I'll probably create a course out of it, right? Because I got to monetize that. I'm building a $1 million playbook. Or if you're on LinkedIn and you follow me on LinkedIn, underneath my events tab, you can find the other 56 recorded episodes. You can watch those for free as well. And eventually I may lock those just so I can monetize those. But right now they're free. So you want to tap into that. So 57, we're talking about sacrifice, not the highlight version of what sacrifice looks like. I'm breaking down what you actually have to give up if you're serious about building something that's at high level. We'll probably get into that in episode 57. Family, as always, thank you guys for rocking with your boy. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the comments coming in, right? Real talk. You guys have always, you make me feel good, but you always add additional value each and every time. We'll be back here tomorrow. Same time, same place, same energy. With love, family. Talk to you then.